Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am your host, Admiral. Accompanying me tonight for this very special event, Ampliflied 1.0. I'm here with Play372 and Infamous Blast. So let's get right into it. Let's start introducing the teams right now. Let's start it off with CSUN. Coming in on the blue side, we got Los Angeles Mission College. Now we're going to load up right into the game real quick. But gentlemen, what do we have to say about the players right now?
Well, today we're just going to have a typical, just the LAMC starters against the CSUN starters today, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see so far. And between both of these teams, LAMC has definitely won more matches into CSUNs most of the time. I want to see if CSUN have come up with a new draft or a new strategy to try to counter LAMC's draft, mostly Alpha in the bot lane, who tends to be very dominant during the laning phase, along with Mr. Meaty. Definitely look out for his Orin. If he gets through, that's definitely going to be a very strong pick for him to get going in the top lane right now. I don't know about you, Playfreak, over here.
I am hoping to see an Ornn ban coming in, as no one has done that for the most part. Mr. Meaty is very comfortable on the Ornn, and I do hope it gets banned out today if CSUN does want any chance of winning. And while it is true that LAMC has won the majority of these matches, they do know each other very well. So CSUN can come in with something surprising today and maybe shock LAMC coming in.
Judging by the fact that it's like they're trying to target Mr. Meaty, do you guys want them to only target the top bands, or we're trying to look for something in the jungle lane as well?
That's the problem here, is that most of the time that they really do lose is mostly through bot lane, and top lane's also very something to deal with. It's very difficult to try to ban out both top and bot because they're both very dominant in their lanes. We've also seen a lot of Willie Cookie, very, very good performance of him in the past few games. He's been extremely dominant smashing through mid lane, being able to cause so much havoc throughout the map, just him roaming top, bot, wherever he's needed, essentially. So it's going to be interesting to see, because we haven't seen CSUN play lately in a long time. So I want to see how they're able to bring a new composition this time around, or will they just fall like last time?
Now, we do have a fan favorite support from the side of Los Angeles College, as he is known to be disconnecting with his pizza box internet, Napoleon, and he's actually back. So what do you guys have high hopes for him to come back, since there was shoes to fill for the last player that we actually got to see?
I mean, Napoleon, he's still very good. I mean, when his internet's not, disconnecting, he does pretty good performances. He works very well with Alpha Daddy, and I want to see exactly how he's going to be able to mesh back into the lineup, and how he's able to come back against Osrix, who is probably my favorite player on CSUN's side, myself personally, and just his performances overall.
As we wait again, as we continue to keep waiting for the game to start, what are you guys trying to look for this time around? Are we trying to look for an early game? Are we trying to see like some early invasions, or are we trying to see something a little bit more different this time around?
I think in general, CSUN's entire squad needs to step up a little bit if they do want to have any chance of taking this series against LAMC. They have gotten a win here and there against them. But for the most part, they really do need to step up in every single lane to have a good chance today. Like you said, Osiris is probably, I think, the best performer from CSUN's side, but they really do need a level up from every position. And I think they kind of have to go early, because seeing as how Alpha Daddy has been the biggest problem for them, any sort of late game ADC will be a very big problem. So I think CSUN, if they want to win this, they have to go for some really early game aggression and push that advantage into the win.
Now, normally a safe ban that we always seen from the side of Los Angeles College is Veigar. Since they do normally play high mobility characters, do you think that this time around we'll see a Veigar ban?
Hopefully LAMC will ban out the Veigar. It seems like that champion does tend to shut down a lot of their compositions most of the time. Their heavy engages on most of their champions always gets shut out by Veigar's Event Horizon, which is really, really good when it comes to shutting down the majority of the champions they tend to pick. So CSUN could be looking to go for one of those picks, but more than likely LAMC will ban it out throughout majority of the times. Like Aldo said earlier, it will be an early game, maybe mid lane heavy spike, power spike champions this game. It's mostly with we have seen CSUN try to go for the long scaling. It doesn't really work out because they get pretty much stomped throughout the early to mid game. It's pretty bad. They don't really work it out towards the end, and it takes too long. Once once LAMC get a lead, they just put their foot on the pedal and just kind of ride it all the way home. Don't let them really any room for breathing.
Now, normally, what's another ban that you'd want to see the LAMC takes? Because normally, CSUN has played the Morgana a lot of the times, and normally that's something that we see from the side of CSUN, but yet it hasn't normally worked out for them.
CSUN do.
I'm going to cut you off right there, Infamous, as we get right into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, round one, versus CSUN.
Their power grows.
And we start off here with an Aphelios man, CSUN's side.
Very good man. He's currently the newest champion. Loaded up into
Your commands tire me!
He'll be a Vanguard fan from LAMC, as we've seen earlier.
They really don't know how to play very well against that.
Deny me.
That ban there, because it does give them a lot. It allows them to play a lot of different champions that make our wood shut down.
It's going to be a Z ban for CSUN.
Who dares defy my will?
Fan favorite from the side of Infamous, Jarvis.
Jarvis ban, very strong early game and extremely tank and has super heavy air pressure when it comes to the engages. It's a good ban from LAMC if you didn't want to deal with any of that.
I'm absolutely livid.
No level 2 ganks coming in from Jarvan, and then the Vladimir also banned out by CSUN, not allowing that hyper scaling ability power champion coming in.
They're gonna deny that away from Mr. Meaty. We know how Vladimir can easily just
Alright.
And the last ban coming in from LAMC side will be the Rumble. Kind of a hard shoving technique here, really well.
And it seems that CSUN are gonna take the Ornn pick away from Mr. Meaty. I have yet
Something we
to
talked about.
I have not seen Sakasu's Ornn here, but we have seen Mr. Meaty play against an Ornn before. He has been playing pretty well against it. I want to see how LAMC responds to this though.
Mr. Meaty is incredibly comfortable on the Ornn, meaning that he does know the matchup very well from either side. So I do think he'll be comfortable, but I'm glad that they CSUN really choose to take that away from him.
Taking this guy some directly from the Omni picks right here from LAMC, an extremely good champion from outside. Strong strength. Game really enormous. Infinite CC. Totally else from the inside of CSUN.
And then also pick can be flex. It can go into the mid lane or the bot lane, maybe on the top lane if the Ornn does choose to go around into the other lane. And that I do like, as it is a mid-game power spike champion coming in for CSUN side. It is kind of difficult to pilot though, so I do want to see whoever does end up picking up this also see what they're capable of.
I think the Lux pick as well. A lot of utility from the team, a lot of shield, and Lux herself does a lot of damage on her own. Could be flexed onto the mid lane. More than likely is probably proven to be
It does also do really good into the Nautilus, as the light binding can stop a lot of Nautilus's engage, or delay it at least a bit.
Well, now I'm just mad.
It's going to be a Rek'Sai pick for Pokemons here. A heavy aggression early game jungler here. Mostly going to be looking in to get her laners fed so she can essentially destroy towards the mid game. Let's try to keep up with that Yasuo power spike in the mid game. Rek'Sai is still a very strong champion.
People fear what they cannot understand.
And last time Pokemons did play
Sing
with
carefully,
all
my
of
friend.
aggression in every single lane.
Possibly one of my favorite supports of Braum, and he is banned.
It's also going to be a Zac ban on one from LAMC. An interesting ban. I mean, we do see Pokemons and I Will Die in Vain both play Zac very well. So it's not an uncommon ban from either side over here.
It's a really strong comfort pick for both junglers here in this game. And the other ban will be Syndra, currently an incredibly strong.
I do not tolerate cowardice.
Mid and bot most of the time, and it does scale pretty well.
And it's going to be a Darius ban final for CSUN over here. Just going to try to deny that from Mr. Meaty. A very early bully game champion for the top lane. Probably just trying to not have the Ornn to deal against it. Probably just something Sakasu himself probably doesn't want anything to deal with. Is going to be a Poppy pick going into Mr. Meaty. I have heard good things from Poppy's, Mr. Meaty Poppy recently. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be able to perform right now into Sakasu's Warriors.
Right now, just this hang matchup in the top lane seems like it will be more of a neutral lane. Then again, it's been said before, Mr. Meaty does
she's definitely, it's going to prove quite a problem for Rek'Sai in the jungle if they meet with each other. I don't believe Rek'Sai will be able to fully burst her out unless he is ready to hit in the early game. And Sejuani is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Fled coming in.
Means that it's either an Ornn mid, Fled top, Yasuo bot lane, that is my guess.
That is quite a big mid-lane counter spike, so CSUN really do have to take this game early if they do want to win, and if they reach any sort of late game,
Looks like he's covering over the Rise. That lane game is scary.
the Rise is locked in for Willy Cookie. Has had incredible performances on that champion as of late, and based on these drafts right now, CSUN really do have to take the game in the first 15 minutes, or if it gets any later than 25, it's all LAMCs.
Yep, especially if that Rise gets fed, or even the Kai'Sa, just the amount of damage they can output during the late game is once they get their items will just obliterate Sejuani and Ornn. Even if they try to like itemize for it, Kai'Sa can do either one of damage. She can switch out her damage strat from AP to 80. You can't fully itemize for her. The plasma stacks will just burst you down too fast.
So, gentlemen, right now with these picks that you're seeing, with the Sejuani and the Rek'Sai jungle v jungle, are you favoring more the Sejuani or the Rek'Sai?
In the early game, the Rek'Sai is definitely going to have the advantage. Again, Rek'Sai is just, her overall strength in the early game is just too good. Especially with Halo Blade, she has way too much presence. With her tunnels, she can definitely just be all over the map, faster than Sejuani can get there. Sejuani is mostly going to be looking to hit that level 6 and getting that Glacial Prison ultimate, hitting on people and confirming kills for the laners. You definitely want to get that Yasuo fed though. That's definitely the starts.
Now, I'm going to cut you off, gentlemen, right here. As we do wait for the game to load in, we've seen Willy Cookie's rise before. We've seen how impressive, like how massive he is when it comes to going for those kills. Do you think this is going to be a problem this time around with seeing the Sejuani, the more tankier characters, a Yasuo, and it looks like an Ornn bot?
It's going to be an Ornn support. Not uncommon. Ornn can provide knockups for the Yasuo to hit the last Whisper here. And again, Yasuo bot lane with an Ornn, he's going to be extremely tanky. They do have the Nautilus for the engages to try to keep the Yasuo stuck in place. Nautilus has a lot of CC to deal with that Yasuo from moving all over the place, so Kai'Sa can land a lot of shots. Kathy and Rain to try to like pop him as fast as possible.
Anything you got to add on to that play, Freak?
This bot lane, I think it's still very dependent on CSUN side. The Nautilus makes it very difficult as the dredge line just allows him to fly in, and I don't believe the wind wall blocks that. So then there's nothing he can really do other than trying to block all of Kai'Sa's shots to deny any plasma stacks. And with an Ornn though, I do like that because with his passive, he can build items for the Yasuo in, or not
He can only upgrade her items after every single level after level 11. Before that time, Ornn can only upgrade his own items. He can also provide Brittle though, which is a pretty good, which will deny a lot of defenses from the Nautilus and the Kai'Sa, which would make it easier for the Yasuo to start bursting him down faster.
Yeah, and still building his own items allows him to stay in lane safer into this Kai'Sa Nautilus bot lane. But they do need a lot of early aggression, and with the Rek'Sai, if he does choose to hover over bot lane, there's probably no way that this Yasuo gets fed. And that seems like a pretty big win condition for CSUN side in this draft.
Now, now that you're saying that's the big win condition on this side, since it is a difficulty for the Yasuo to get in a little bit, since Kai'Sa is ranged, do you think there's going to be trouble coming in for the Yasuo?
Definitely.
Because we did see Alpha Daddy struggle with this when he did play against an Aphelios, and Aphelios just destroyed him.
It's a little bit different in that scenario where Aphelios is a little bit more, how do you say, busted at the moment. He's pretty strong, so it's a lot harder to deal with at the moment.
Broken.
Yep, a little bit right now. So he's definitely an annoyance to deal with. I don't think kind of translates a lot into this type of situation here.
Yeah, I think that post level 6, CSUN does have a lot more kill pressure depending on how the early lane goes. I think it's really going to depend on Napoleon, especially once that Ornhorn comes in. Napoleon is going to have to be able to deny the Ornhorn,
Yep, those
whether getting the dredge line back in before the second hit comes in for the Ornhorn, or with his ultimate to get a knockup to interrupt it. It's going to depend a lot on him to deny any engages from the bot side, and his play can make or break that bot lane, along with any presence from the junglers on the other side.
Now as we wait to game to load in, it's almost just about ready. Gentlemen, what are your early bets on this one?
Again, you just gotta hold out for the late game. That's it.
College versus CSUN. Let's get right into it.
All right then. Like I was trying to say earlier, it's really looking right now for Pokemon to try to feed in the early game and just hold out for the late game. Get that Kai'Sa fed, get that Rise fed, and just scale up. You'll outscale them all.
to Summoner's
Eventually, that Rise
Rift.
will just be able to pop every single last one of them along with the Kai'Sa's power. So it's
They can't depend on Setty's wind wall. He will be able to
30
deny, but
seconds until the end is spawned. First blood.
Go here real quick, one quick second. Going right back into it. Sorry about that, folks.
and go to level 1 event. What we did miss was going to be a kill picked up for Alpha Daddy in early game, already going to be making very strong.
Along with an assist for every other champion on LAMC side, with Squidly falling very early, did manage to keep both the barrier and
Minions
the
have
flash,
spawned.
but that's quite an unfortunate start for CSUN side.
Yep, no summoners burst anywhere, but that one kill going on to Alpha Daddy is going to definitely make it a lot more difficult for Seti here in the bot lane right now. Now, here's an interesting thing. I haven't seen Seti play Yasuo at all. I am mostly known Seti for his Sivir, and his Sivir play have always been pretty good. So I want to see how his Yasuo performance works out. Are you the
Yep, with that early kill, Alpha Daddy did choose to sacrifice his early boots, probably trying to dodge the Yasuo issues early in the game. And currently, so then that's just a small lead, but the assist really goes into every single member of LAMC side. Playing the 2 it will be slightly
taking a small amount of focus right now? The bone plating is definitely going to help out. Now, this Kled will be difficult. The bear trap is going to be annoying, but once Mr. E gets going, it's going to be difficult to deal with. Everything will be pretty slow once going around. We do see that there are 2 wards at both mouths of the river for the inside. That can provide some understanding. They will know red side happening a lot well, so they will be able to prepare better. Random speed is just getting pushed down on the turret.
Squidly does vanish. He does get out with his life, securing on the turret.
Yep, that did something to cleanse, so a very successful game by the Italian game. Very worthwhile to cleanse out that early away from Willy Cookie. That gives Squidly a lot of pressure. He has one lifeline as a very in his favor, as he is currently winning.
Unmounted, Mr. Meaty trying to get in some poke damage. Sakasa going back in on Mr. Meaty. Won't he going back into on the fight? But it looks like nothing will come out of it. Sakasa did lose his mount. The bowling going in with the root on Seti. Seti does take the damage. And Seti taking the Alpha Daddy going to kill on Alpha. But also does too good. Alpha Daddy both dropping the quarter HP. Will they go in? The flash comes in on Alpha Daddy and he slays Seti. And it's a double kill for Alpha Daddy. Mr. Meaty going in once more on Sakasu. Will he secure the double kill? Will he secure a kill for the Silent Mr. College? As Sakasu jumps the corner HP, he's going back into the fight of Mr. Meaty. But it looks like nothing will come out of this.
Mr. Meaty has about to remount. That extra help from Skarn right there. Watch out, gotta play it, try to hide it. Heals out.
With the root. Mr. Meaty missing the stun, but it looks like Sakasu does manage to keep his mount.
Well, a lot of action just happened there in the early game, with Alpha Daddy picking up a double kill down in the bot lane, picking up a BF sword now. Also, during all that skirmishing, he actually did have this flash forced out, probably from a light binding trade from the Lux.
Mr. Meaty going in with the stun, but he does secure the stun on Sakasu. Sakasu drops the HP. Mr. Meaty as well dropping low. And Sakasu slays Mr. Meaty!
The bear trap punching up damage right there to finish off this meter right there. He tried going in, but unfortunately, still that early. A lot better of
The Conqueror proc coming in huge for Sakasu right there.
Yep, Conqueror's really good. So at least try to control one. But the Silver is in the favor of LAMC, so they aren't fully.
Oh no, by Alpha Daddy!
Napoleon going in on the flash on Ostrich, and it's a kill for Pokemon since he lands the Q!
Ray Seeker lands, hits the kill.
Napoleon forcing out that flash with his own. That'll be worth it. The Prey Seeker does secure the kill for the side of LAC, and this really is going all wrong for the side.
This is definitely similar as well right now. That's LAC. A little bit less than that, and with that kill, Pokemon will start the Drake, and it will be a Mountain Drake.
Mr. Meaty to secure a stun on Sakasi. The mount is almost lost, but Mr. Meaty does not go back in.
Still has the mount. Mr. Meaty doesn't really have all that ability to just fully stun at the moment. We might be looking to right now rotating from Pokemon to the top lane to see if he can get still pretty low. The trades are still not fully in favor of Sakasu, so there's still hope there to get a gank for the favor of LAMC.
But already the early game is looking awry for season side. Alpha Daddy is pick up a BF4. I think he's probably going to opt into the Storm Razor build for Kaito, which is actually an earlier build like the pretty popular Man Immune build. So that will give LAMC a lot more power over the game. And Diamond is going for a gank top side.
Mr. Meaty, I was trying to secure his game on Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty does get rooted and stunned. Mr. Meaty drops the quarter HP. He drops the flash. Smite coming in on Mr. Meaty, and I was Diamond secures the kill on Mr. Meaty.
Yep, all the AC and like that, the Sejuani picks with the dashes, the freeze, the glacial, the small, along with the chilling smite picks, so Mr. Meaty can.
Napoleon flashes into Ultra. Ultra just get rooted by the Nautilus.
Not enough, unfortunately, but Mr. Meaty right now is having a pretty bad time into the clever that's going through right now. One kill, both counter he's still gonna let two out that is Kaiser here.
Mr. Meaty did try to outplay that as well as he could have faced this last possible last moment. Going far,
Napoleon landing on the on Ultra. Already going in the mouth of one. Pokemon taken by Ultra. Ultra trying to drop the quarter HP. City top of the quarter HP. Pokemon trying to secure his by Ultra, but unfortunately, Orn is too tanky. Willie Cookie going in. Sejuani trying to stop the portal coming in. Willie Cookie trying to secure a kill on City, but City falls back to the turret. Alpha Daddy going in on the kill on City, and it's Willie Cookie secures the kill on City. But unfortunately, Willie Cookie just gets caught by the Ultra. I will die Bane. Secure the kill, Willie Cookie. But looks at Pokemon. Falls into it. It's a double kill for I will die Bane.
Not a lot tankier, hard to deal with.
that was just such an overforce by LAMC's side. They are slightly ahead in this early game from all the kills they got early, but they didn't even go for it. So they could have just shoved in. That was not worthwhile for the side of LAMC, and all the advantage slightly coming back into the side.
Yep, they needed to feel like they needed to force heavily in favor. So if he still wants to
does pop the flag. Pokemon's also waiting to smite on Swingy. The group coming in on Swingy on Willie Cookie. Will she go back into it? And she won't. She falls back on the turret.
It looks like all of the LAC side is going down bot side.
Napoleon going in on Ostrich. Willie lands the but he lands the root. So unfortunately, Ostrich does ram out of there. And he falls back on the turret.
earlier, the wind wall does indeed drop the dredge light.
And that was a very good wind wall by Sydney.
Right now, while everyone else is bot lane, One Diamond will take a advantage of that and pick up the Rift Herald at the moment. So we're gonna see Game's gonna try to choose him. He's more than likely gonna try to shove it down top right now, and how much favor they have over him.
That was picked up by organization, seeing as how the whole team of LAMC was able to keep the objectives for free, while the team was on the other side of the map. But there is most division is currently down bot side. There's 3 wards in the top river, 3 in the bottom river.
Dropping a little bit of damage. Really just get knocked up and airborne. Napoleon coming in on Squidney. His ultimate coming in on Squidney. Napoleon dropping his damage on Squidney. Alpha securing the kill.
Very nice from the side. That turret dive is very clean.
Looks like Pokemon's just giving off, but Arthur is steady going in on Pokemon. The flash miss from the phone, but he's just managed to land the hook. Pokemon's going in on steady once more. It's a knockup. Arthur coming in from Osric. One is going to it. It's a double, triple knockup from Osric.
Sees the 3 people are there, and said he decides not to go for the ultimate. Good decision making right there.
He does not have enough damage to go for any of that right now.
But it looks like
Sakasu might be caught out.
Sakasu getting caught up. After that, he's trying to do some good damage. Grounded. Sakasu just wastes flash. Only gets killed. After that, he's securing the kill on Sakasu. Osric getting caught up by Napoleon. Pokemon for this double kill for Alpha Daddy. Really going for more. I want Diamond does manage to move over. It looks like this will be the end of this fight.
CSUN just got hunted down in their own jungle. There was nothing they could do about it. They were split on the side, and LAMC just converted them.
Close one from Squidney.
Very close, very close. Little bit, but everyone on the side of LAMC were aware of this. By a hair, like literally by the skin of their teeth, with that Drake gave
Very close.
Right there.
Fan favorite. Here.
But with that reset, Warrior has come in for the Rex side, and 4 Ranger has come in for Alpha Daddy's Kaisa, including a pickaxe. So the damage that he's doing
and Alpha Daddy securing with the kill! Steady getting knocked up as well. Steady going on once more on the fight on Pokemon. Pokemon getting knocked up. Steady getting just flash out of Pokemon. Does go into the flash and it's knocked on coming in for Pokemon. The Steady going once to the third. But unfortunately, it's never just get a double. Pokemon is going once in. Mr. Meaty securing the unmap on Sakasu. Sakasu dropping a quarter HP. Mr. Meaty just getting some damage, but unfortunately, he's not going to go back into it.
He's got a bit more technical. That does have the no stop and the range right now. Forces that currently built right now. Definitely a more aggressive.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Ultimate! Revival dive in on Willie Cookie! Ultimate coming in for Squiddy! The Warlord as well! Other one's for Squiddy! Once again in this kill on Willie Cookie and Squiddy! And Squiddy secures the kill on Napoleon!
Afterwards, they still are able to force out Willie Cookie's flash. A good play from the side of CSUN, and a lot more fighting than you can see. Especially since Sakasu coming in. Great improvement all around.
Overall, I do enjoy this overall play from CSUN. They come to this game, they want to win, they don't want to be LAMC's punching bag any longer. They want to win. Definitely an aggressive team when they
So we can see that it will be the Cloudsoul coming into this game. Currently 2 Drakes up on the side of CSUN do want to deny that next Drake before it becomes the soul point. So they do need a little more map control. But now Squidney has back Echo. Quite a bit of damage, and not getting any sort of magic control except for a little bit on the floor coming in for the side of LAMC.
Yep, unfortunately we don't have that, but right now the Rise does have built great. Getting on the way of that, but Willie Cookie Rise starting to scale and scarier every time we get.
And with that Cataclysm he might also be going for the Rod of Ages. This hyperscaling Rise build might be coming in. Although on the other hand, Ampliflied is the Riku build, probably building towards that Rage Blade, which is an incredible, another fight coming in.
But also it does get out of the meeting. Open the cannon from the credit. It's going to go out of the meeting. Pokemon coming out with his life. Does get muted. Flashing.
But as LAMC did try to converge on Sakasu and pick him out, they after a round of difference used that opportunity to burst down the base. And Sakasu himself also got out with his life. So overall, incredibly worth the side of CSUN playing that better in that moment. As LAMC do try to trade and are trying to pick up the Rift Herald, it seems CSUN might just be giving this up.
Get cut out by the coin security kill on offense, and it looks like Ampliflied will get knocked up as well. This is going in with the flash, but Pokemon still trying to go with the flash. Ampliflied going in on Ampliflied as he drops it. Pokemon securing the kill on Ampliflied, and it's a bottom fight as well. You also coming in from screening, but it looks like no one will die.
Oh, that was crazy.
Good sidestep by Pokemon. That was don't know why he did that.
Willy Cookie! The wall coming in, and Willy Cookie securing the kill on standing under turret!
Solo kill. It's true. As I was saying, it seems like CSUN really just did not know that they were going for the Rift Herald, and it was a poisonization by Ocelot, just trying to see, we set up, put another ward down there, and it ended up costing him his life as the Kaiser Plasma stack. Incredible damage, and blew Orn up before he could react.
Yep. If your attack doesn't really matter, once those plasma stacks hit you, you'll just pop.
Okay, so the item animation is coming in, so everyone, Cannon Tiger is here for the clutch. Arcane Staff has been fully stacked by Wolf, probably the next boss fight, as he Saracen Brave still does have the Cannon Staff. If he wants to still build that Rod of Ages, as it won't be fully stacked until we hit around 30. And the way Alpha Daddy's doing right now with the Storm Main,
Sakasu does lose the mount. Willy Cookie going in and secure the kill on Sakasu. And Willy Cookie, another kill for him.
No one side lane. They have to stand more than one person. And it's still pretty the top
going in on the diamond. The Gladney coming in on Squiddy, security kill with the ultimate on Pokemains.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Another kill on Mr. Meaty. It's a double kill for Willie Cookie as he goes in for a triple on Sakasu. Willie secure the Quadra. The portal coming in, and it's a shutdown from Squidney.
LAMC side as they won a 5-3.
At that point of the game, then you really know the game's over in favor for a LAMC here.
Yeah, but losing that fight bot side is incredibly bad. Willie Cookie going in his life, chasing way too hard. But still, with that, it seems like LAMC will have a little more matchup. It's quite good. So there. Now the SETI has completed his static shift. Will be doing decent bit of damage now. He's still quite a bit behind.
Definitely still behind. Right? When I'm able to tell from the animation, at one time, Bane has decided to build war mode. So it seems like a very odd pick right now. The majority of the damage is going to be coming from the Rise. You really can't do much from the Kaisa besides hoping you can burst or faster to kill you all.
With the priority
we're gonna
that
see a
LAMC
Drake fight.
have against the Drake, they will be melting it.
It looks like it's going to be an all coming in from Squidney. Squidney does get their own horn as well. Double ultimate. SETI does secure a kill on Mr. Meaty, but it looks like the ultimate coming in on SETI as well on Alpha Daddy. Alpha Daddy dropping a quarter HP. Napoleon dropping a quarter HP as well. It looks like it's a double kill from SETI as he might get a triple right now. And it's a shutdown from the Sejuani on Alpha Daddy. Well, the Cookie does get stunned and knocked up, but it looks like he will fall to Pokemans.
I don't think that stopwatch was worth. You knew you were dead at that point. Probably no need to use that right there at the moment.
An ace from the side of CSUN. Gentlemen, what do you think of this right now?
I'm seeing as they do have a full health Sejuani with a single item Yasuo, they might be going towards this Baron. Will they start it?
Definitely.
And they do. The Oni TP is on Mr. Meaty's side. And they will be securing Baron. I don't think CSUN will make it here in time to stop this.
No, not at the moment. Monsterx will have to leave. Sakasu is currently just trying to stall out during the mid, but they
Never
will
mind.
turn
It looks
away
like they
from
won't go into it.
They think they are aware of the Pokemons, and with that speed boost you get from the soul of the Cloud Dragon, that Rek'Sai can clear the distance pretty fast. So they're gonna opt out to not go for the Baron at the moment. So good for LAMC. They still held out for another moment. Pokemons? Okay. Seems they just accidentally, pissed off Baron for no reason. Unless
They're
I'm
going to
wrong
go in
again.
for this.
With that reset from CSUN side, LAMC will try to burst this. Kaisa is one of the best Baron killers in the game, especially as the 3-item Kaisa is here to fully stack the plasma. I think they will melt this Baron
yeah,
before CSUN can get here.
Oh, he's here.
It looks like it's going to be another team fight on the turret. Also, it does get rooted by Pokemon. Pokemon Section coming in with the knockup. The ultimate coming in from I Won't Die in Van as it looks like he secures a kill on Mr. Meaty. But it looks like Pokemon still drops a quarter HP. So Kazu securing another kill on Pokemon. But it looks like LAMC loses two. The Honor coming in.
They're split.
And it's a knock-up on Napoleon as it goes in. Also, I Won't Die in Vain. Napoleon dropping a quarter HP. The ultimate. SETI securing another kill once more.
Yep. LAMC split up during that team fight, and they just get picked apart essentially from both sides here. You really needed to get that Kaisa in there to fully destroy the tank line, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. They get picked off the two sides and they just get shredded alive.
Good on CSUN to punish that. They walk away with 2 Baron buffs. And on the Rise, which is kind of dangerous, but with that 3-man, they will be pushing in through the mid lane. A lot of splash damage coming in from that Spell Flux, but I think they will be trying to look for an inhibitor right here.
Definitely gonna get that inhibitor right now.
As the respawns come in, CSUN do have to back away.
They are on the way of running. There's not enough minions for that will to land the spell fluxes at the moment, and it's CSUN. They're just gonna back away at the moment, and nothing's gonna get done. CSUN get away. Definitely a win in their favor. And overall, just so they just get picked off. CSUN definitely are looking a lot better this time around. It's just overall just goes to show you that they're not the same team the last time we saw them going against LAMC. They definitely came for blood.
Okay, but now as CSUN backed away, LAMC does push through the mid lane. They do secure the first mid lane turret very late into the game, but they now are pushing, trying to secure the second.
You still have pretty decent wave clear at the moment. The Lux and the Yasuo can still get a lot of wave clear right now. And Osrix is about to hit level 11. We're getting close to that ability to start upgrading those items for his teammates, which is going to be very scary to look at right now.
And that one Rise Q from Lily Cookie doing insane damage, 500 onto the side of Seti. The later this game goes, though, the higher in LAMC's favor it becomes, as they already have still more power on their side and a slight gold lead. But this next Drake, this next last Cloud Drake in the next minute, will give Cloud Soul over to LAMC's side. CSUN really have to think about if they're willing to give that up. Something else as a Dreadlight comes in.
Does he kill the Dreadlight on Osrix? Osrix just get rooted. Pokemon's going in with a double knockup as well. The Ornhorn coming in. Squidney dropping the quarter HP, and it's Alpha that he's going to kill Squidney. It's a double knockup from the Ornhorn, but it looks like this will be the end of the fight.
Huge pick right there. LMC are able to pick up at least one.
Alpha Daddy coming in with the flash on Seti. Seti does get dropped out of poke damage from Alpha Daddy. Turret does fall. Osrix trying to get in with a little bit of poke damage as well.
I don't think they'll be able to take this turret, but they will be able to chunk it out pretty well. I think they'll just kind of have to give it up for the moment and try to start rotating back towards the Drake and the Vision. But Mr. Meaty's in the bot lane. He is sneaking, trying to sneak an inhibitor at the moment. But right now it seems that everyone's just going to start rotating back to the Drake. They know that it's sold. They know it's so important. Willy Cookie right now at the moment pretty easily start going. But if that ultimate from the Sejuani lands, it's all over for him.
Get bursted down. He does still have his Zonius Hourglass, so he can live for a little longer to delay. As CSUN does start rotating towards that Cloud Drake, where I don't think I1 Main is gonna have to go for a steal, as there's no other way. He flies in and he
steals the Cloud Drake!
He steals it, denies it so far, and he's too tanky. They can't melt him fast enough.
And he gets out. Pokemon's going in. Squidney securing the kill on Pokemon's.
Huge play from I1 Bane, flies in with Sejuani to steal the Cloud Drake, denying Soul from the side of LAMC, gets out with his life with the flash, as Pokemon chooses to follow him with a Void Rush, giving away his life for free.
I don't understand why you went for that, even with Void Rush. That's a Sejuani, you're not gonna burst her down, she has too much health, and she's too tanky. Gargle, Stone Plate, that's too much to deal with, too much armor. There's just not enough. You can't burst her. It wasn't worth it, even if you had gotten the kill. Like, you sacrificed too much right there. You already you stole Drake. There was no need to go for that chase.
Okay, but with that, it could possibly give some life into the side of CSUN. They are still behind, but with that steal, they do deny the soul. Baron will be spawning relatively soon. LAMC is already trying to set up a little vision in the top river around that side.
And it gets scarier. The more Cloud Drake CSUN get, that's more CDR. That means more Sejuani ults, which is very scary. That Glacial Prison can almost 100% guarantee kills.
Mr. Meaty does get caught out by Osrix. Osrix is just trying to secure the advantage of Mr. Meaty, but it looks like Mr. Meaty comes out.
It's definitely...
Willy Cookie securing the route on I1 Vayne.
Yep, again, Gargle, Stone Plate, still very tanky point right now for I1 Vayne. It's definitely going to get... He's gonna be very hard to pop at this point of the game with that Warmonks, that Gargoyle, and building Spectre counts. Even Willy Cookie will have a hard time trying to pop.
The Ornhorn coming in.
It's over.
And it's a knockup on Napoleon. Willy Cookie does get the double knockup. Alpha Daddy does get cut out. He gets blown up. The Osrix. And it's he's on a rampage as he pulls off the ultimate once more.
They're overall just sticking together. And right now they're just able to, combo their CCs, landing those opportunities for Seti to go in with the ultimate to just essentially start cutting them all down. And this is what we're talking about. Alpha Daddy does get a little bit feeling himself.
Pokemon's is
Pokemon
rooted.
does get rooted. The ultimate coming in from Squiddy. Squiddy does secure the... Ooh, Seti does secure the kill on Pokemon's. The ultimate from Squiddy, dropping him down to low HP. Squiddy with just a single auto.
And I believe with these death timers, they might be able to pick up an inhibitor. It's just Mr. Meaty against Seti right now. Won't be able to fight him against, especially with Ostrix, Squidney. Everyone's coming in right now, and they will have to give up an inhibitor. Don't have enough.
Also
not
just
enough.
get rooted. Mr. Meaty does get rooted as well.
The roots from these Lux is just they're landing, they're hitting, and every time she lands these skill shots, it almost means a guaranteed kill for the favorite season here too.
Later into this game, the draft does appear to be on the side of LAMC, but if they keep getting caught out like that by the side of CSUN, they can layer in so much CC that they're able to burst these champions down before they're able to do anything.
At the moment, I would definitely suggest stick together. Everyone needs to stick together at this point in the game. You cannot be caught out. There's too much CC in the favor of CSUN right here. One Lux Binding, one Sejuani ultimate here, and it could be the end of you exactly.
Even with these mistakes, the itemization is coming in for the side of LAMC. The Rod of Ages has now fully stacked for Willy Cookie, and he is building towards that Rabadon's death cap. As soon as the item comes in, other than this Sejuani, he will probably one-shot every other champion on the side of CSUN. Maybe 1 or 2 shots. But then this Alpha Daddy has also picked up a Mortal Reminder. So he will be trying to melt that Sejuani as fast as possible with that itemization.
Gotta have to. And an Adaptive Helm also coming in for the Sejuani to try to deny Willy Cookie's rise as hard as possible. And like I said, Sejuani got buffed, and last time she got buffed, she became an unkillable raid boss. So it's gonna take literally everyone on the team to try to kill the Sejuani. It just means you have to kill her last. There's no other way around it. You have to go for that backline. You cannot hit your head against that Sejuani. But right now there is going to be, from what it looks like, they're going to be CSUN is setting up vision around this Drake to get another third Cloud Drake, get more CDR, more Sejuani ults, more final breaths, more final sparks. Overall, just way better for the favorite CSUN at the moment right now. Just the ultimates, their cooldowns just better than Void Rush and like just the overall ultimate tradition.
CSUN is hovering around the bottom Drake, but LAMC are starting to bear down the other side with this incredibly stacked Rise and Kaisa. This Baron stands no chance.
They're obliterating, but can they take a team fight though?
They sneak Baron, and if they back away fast enough,
Napoleon just gonna go the Ornhorn coming in from Sakasu.
If it lands
Also
on
sucks it.
Alpha
It's a triple knockup. Squiddy securing the kill on Napoleon. Napoleon falling down. Willy Cookie securing a kill on Slendy. Sakasu does lose his life to Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty's securing the kill. Mr. Meaty jumping to quarter HP, but he flashes out her. Squiddy popping the stopwatch. Willy Cookie and Squiddy flashes away. Also jumping to quarter HP. Willy Cookie goes in once more, and he secures a double kill. I won't die in vain. Dropping to quarter HP, and it's an ace from Alpha Daddy.
And it's huge. We got to that late game, and right now Willy Cookie's able to just explode everyone with that spell flush at the moment.
That was trying to start from the top side, but with the 4-man knockup from the Ornn, it looked like everything was gonna go in CSUN's favor. But with Alpha Daddy flying into the backline with the Killer Instinct, Catherine Rain going, Plasma flying, Spell Flux going to every member of the team.
We're just blowing up too fast.
And so much damage coming in from their side. The damage from CSUN's side simply wasn't enough. They needed to layer the CC and set it up, but they couldn't finish it.
And that's going to be a very nice hat coming in for the favor of Willy Cookie. He's also going to be picking up a blasting one right now. This Rise is going to hurt a lot more than anybody else in the game right now, except for Kaisa. Overall, it's just crazy amount of burst damage. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. But right now, QSS has been picked up by the Yasuo right now. Mostly probably to get rid of the Room Prison from the Rise, or just the overall CC from the Nautilus. And it's just going to be a final spark being shot down the middle.
It's probably just a check to see if anyone on their side has been hovering through the mid lane. Very short cooldown, and Lux is due, but Sakasu is being caught out top side.
Yeah, Kova outplays. Napoleon does waste the ultimate on Sakasu.
No,
And it looks like Sakasu will lose his mouth. The flash coming in for Sakasu. The remounts, Alpha Daddy securing the kill once more on Sakasu.
Oh, Sakasu, no flash should have been used there. You should have realized you were dead. Alcove Outplay is not here at this moment. And just like I said earlier, everyone's sticking together, except for Mr. Meaty. Probably Mr. Memo right there, but he should be fine. It's just the Yasuo on Seti. Has 2 items. He does have a random element to deny those hits right there.
Squiddy going in with the ultimate, and he does get knocked out by Napoleon. Napoleon does secure one before, and it's a double knockout from Alpha Daddy. Alpha Daddy securing the kill, and he kills Squidney.
Fantastic flash coming in from Napoleon, being able to deny that on that side, and then Alpha Daddy just flies in, goes for the kill. With 3 men down, they might just end the game right here.
Yeah, there's really no way to stop them here at this moment. So trying to just get through it, and Cassian Rain comes down to stop him. Throwing the Void Rush. Seti's getting blown up.
And everyone on the side of CSUN just goes away and dies. So much damage coming in from this 4-item Kaisa of Alpha Daddy, and the Nexus is blown up. First win going to LAMC side.
Los Angeles Mr. College taking the first round. Ladies and gentlemen, round 1 of Los Angeles Mr. College versus CSUN. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to mention some sponsors real quick. Ampliflied is proudly partnered with Game Diaz, Gaming Art in Motion, as well as iBuyPower. Superior performance, reliability, cutting-edge technology, and timely productions make iBuyPower the authority in PC gaming. All right, we're back, and we just finished the first round. Los Angeles Mr. College versus CSUN. Gentlemen, what did you guys think about that?
Good draft from CSUN. Unfortunately, not able to execute it at the moment.
They had, they did show what their draft was meant to do, as they did have a lot of good fights in the mid game, a lot of good engages, and they did catch out a lot of players on LAMC side. But unfortunately, with the way that the early game went, the late game, and then the way that they weren't, so they needed the lead early so that they can push all their advantages in mid game. They didn't. They fought in mid game. They did have a lot more fight on CSUN side that we usually see, but then LAMC's draft just kicked in full gear, late game scaling, deleted everyone.
Yep. Now, unfortunately, we did see, not to be talking too much smack here about Mr. Meaty, but we did see a poor performance on the Poppy, as he only managed to secure 1 kill towards the end of the game. He was 1-7 by the end of it.
Yeah, overall, just a poor performance from the Poppy of Mr. Meaty in the top lane. It seemed like Kled just overall, Sakasu just had his number this time around. Yeah. He overall just went for fights he probably shouldn't have gone. Didn't overestimate how much Conqueror would get the healing for the Kled during the game, and just overall just got popped in the early game and just kind of lost lead from there.
First real time I can remember that Mr. BD lost lane in any of these games, especially against CSUN and Sakasu.
Now, we do know that Ornn is one of Mr. Meaty's favorite picks. It's his essential child at this point. Yep. Now, when it came to CSUN picking the Ornn as a support, something that I don't normally get to see as much, how is it that you guys felt that the Ornn is supporting was working out for CSUN?
It did work out for a bit. It did provide the knockups for the Yasuo. He just wasn't able to keep Yasuo safe.
The Ornhorn was very nice. The Ornhorn engage from CSUN was very nice, but unfortunately he did go way too far forward and ended up getting deleted more than a couple times.
Now I'm going to cut you off right here as we get into the pick and banning phase. Los Angeles Mr. College versus CSUN round 2, and as we get right into it. You got to put your mic. Keep going.
First ban coming in is Aphelios coming in from the side of CSUN. Obviously a very good ban, as he is a pretty strong. They seems like they don't want to play it themselves though, as they do have priority pick. And then the Veigar ban coming in for LAMC once again.
Yep, again, Veigar bans, and it's going to be, again, pretty similar draft phase again. It's going to be a ban for the Zed. They really don't want Willy Cookie on Zed whatsoever. I feel like they think he'll just overall just snowball pretty early on with that Zed.
And something that we have seen before. Oh, and it is my fan favorite, a Yasuo ban.
Yep.
All the Yasuo mains crying tears.
Okay, so LAMC, as good as the bot lane actually went for them, they really don't want to deal with that Yasuo again. As one of the main reasons Alpha Daddy did die was when he did get caught off by a knockup into the last whisper by Yasuo, so they just don't want to deal with it. And CSUN does ban the Ornn this time.
Yep.
So first time in recent memory that they actually banned the Ornn. Does mean that they don't want to pick it up for themselves, or at the very least don't want to first pick it, meaning they don't want to give it away to Mr. Meaty.
And it's going to be a Sejuani ban. Makes very sense. It did provide a lot of trouble for LAMC. She's very tanky. Again, the recent buffs made her a bit more annoying to deal with. It's going to be a Jarvan pick!
A fan favorite of Infamous, something that you've always liked to play.
I love Jarvan.
Very
here's
strong
the thing.
jungler. Can get level 2 ganks as soon as he does have the QE.
Is this a Chad? Does he have the skin?
I hope he does, because I love Jarvan too much. And it's Vladimir. It's going to be a Vladimir pick.
Interesting enough, something that Mr. Meaty has been trying to pick in his last scrims, in his last games, something that they've always banned, and it's a secure pick for Mr. Meaty, something we haven't yet to see him perform.
Well, with the Ornn ban coming in, it does leave the Vladimir open as they do switch out the bans for that. We have not seen Mr. Meaty's Vladimir game in a real game, so we will see how that performance goes up right now.
I was able to watch one of Mr. Meaty's Vladimir games at one point, and yes, it does slap. It's very strong, and yes, because it is Vladimir, it is very scary to deal with.
So yet again, some late game scaling coming in for LAMC then.
Yep, it's gonna be a center pick for CSUN here. Also, depends. Could be support.
Could be ADC.
Could be ADC. It's also gonna be a Swain pickup. Could go mid. Could go top. I have also seen Swain support before. A little bit of a flex pick around there for the go as well. There's gonna be another Rek'Sai pick. Again, the early game aggression of the Rek'Sai with Halo Blades makes her extremely dangerous to win. Good pick to go if you want to go climb in your jungle games.
Now it does look like we're going to see a lot of knockups and a lot of roots coming in from the side of CSUN once more, with the Senna coming in as well, and it's a Rumble ban from the side of Los Angeles Mission College.
Yeah, Rumble is just overall just extremely good in team fights, and I guess they just want to deny that pick from Sakasu. The Equalizer can do ridiculous amounts of damage, and just overall just good zoning from him.
Especially if paired up with a Cataclysm from the Jarvan, can be a massive combo coming in from those two ultimates.
Yep. Also, is a pretty safe pick into Vladimir overall. It can easily just kind of disengage away from him, and can bully him pretty early. There's the Kai'Sa ban. We know how the Kai'Sa game went last game, and LAMC just pretty much Alpha Daddy just ripped them apart. But we know Kai'Sa's not the only champion in Alpha Daddy's arsenal.
Look, just be happy that Yasuo has been banned, because Alpha Daddy does not have to play Yasuo.
I'm pretty sure he might do better.
0-8 power spike.
0-8 power spike. It did get in for Seti.
And there is a Fiora band as well.
And
Interesting enough on the side of Los Angeles Mission College.
Fiora is still a very scary champion to go into, regardless of what champion you're playing as, especially as Vladimir, who you're so weak in the early game, and Fiora can just easily run you down. And overall, just a scary champion to play against in the top lane.
And it is right now as we get into the second ban, as we get into CSUN's final ban, and it is a Syndra. Interesting enough, Willie Cookie, something that we haven't 100% seen him play. We want to see him play at least once.
Yeah, you're just trolling. That's not a. They're
No,
not
no,
locking. They're not locking. They're not
It
locking.
says
in
it's a
Teemo.
hover. It's a hover.
And Syndra, we have not yet seen Willow Cookie play it, but we have seen Alpha Daddy play Syndra before, and she can be flexed as the bot lane, so it's an understandable ban from the side of CSUN here.
And the current, just to remind everyone, the current
Oh.
score.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
God, I was about to cry.
That was an Admiral favorite, the Heimerdinger. Unfortunately, will not be locked in, as Alpha Daddy's Lucian is actually selected. He is incredibly adept at Lucian, so that can be a very strong pick, especially depending on what champion CSUN do choose to lane into it.
Now we are going to see husband and wife fight against each other, Senna and Lucian.
They're both pretty strong right now. It really does come down to who's mechanically better at the game. Lucian does become stronger in the earlier than Senna does. It takes a bit for her to get going with the Monomune and at least one lethality item before she really starts hurting.
And the Orianna is locked in for Seti. He does seem to prefer the control mages. With the way that the combos are coming up, that shockwave can be massive, and it can be comboed with a Cataclysm and a Senna.
Let me just stop you right there. We do have a Mordekaiser in the game. This is a Mordekaiser into an early game Vladimir, and it's gonna hurt. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
That's serious
That's a
top.
mid lane Vladimir?
That's a mid lane Vladimir into Orianna. That's still, I mean, it's still scary to deal with.
So it is going to be a Senna ADC, and it's going to be a Swain support.
Yep. Okay, so this is still going to be is extremely scary for Vladimir in the early game. With Orianna, as PlayFreak72, Aldo here would know how he got smacked by an Orianna last night.
As PlayFreak would know, Vlad is something he cannot play, and I cry every time he plays it.
Yep.
Those comments were both unnecessary. Thank you.
So
look,
the
at
way
least
this draft
be
is
happy it's
going,
not my bard.
okay. So the way that this draft is going, it does seem so. There's a lot happening on both sides of the draft. Early game aggression with Jarvan, late game scaling with Senna, hard shove with Mordekaiser. So this draft can really go either way on the side of CSUN, and then along with the LAMC side, Lucian can be good at various points in the game. Rek'Sai does offer a lot of very early game aggression, and then obviously the Vladimir is just late game security, because once he gets going, he can kill everyone.
Everyone.
On CSUN side, almost.
I think maybe Jarvan and Mordekaiser could survive a little bit, but it's still Vladimir. He will still blow you up because it's Vladimir. Just gotta survive the early game.
That is very much true, because every time we fight against a Vlad that is an Aldo, we did get destroyed.
Yup.
And difficult enough as it is, this is a different type of comp that we're seeing from both Los Angeles College and Seaside, minus the Rek'Sai, as we normally get to see, and Nautilus as well.
Yep.
But coming around when it comes to the Darius and Vlad, what are you guys trying to look for the side of Los Angeles Mission College?
Los Angeles Mission College. Darius, I mean, could be somewhat interesting pick into the Mordekaiser. He can win with the overall bleed effect, kind of counterbalancing his W, which guarantees him the shield and the healing. Overall, Mordekaiser is still Mordekaiser. He's still very scary to deal with. He did get nerfed recently. His movement speed and his passive did get nerfed, so he won't be able to close that distance, and his Dark Passage won't be up as often to deal that much damage to Darius. He does have a little bit of healing going to him, but I've played a bit of Darius myself. I've played a bit of Mordekaiser myself. It really does come down to who does get that first kill, or who gets that, essentially, that early game lead.
And it really is a little bit of trouble when it comes to Mordekaiser and Darius. Darius does have to be careful going in on the Mordekaiser, as you did say before, his passive.
His passive still hurts, though, despite getting
It
nerfed.
really does, and for someone who sucks at top lane, Mordekaiser is the only other champion I can actually play.
Yep, he's super easy to play. He's super punishing and can very easily snowball through top lane. However, there is, if he can stack the bleeds enough, land that ultimate with the execution, that Mordekaiser won't be able to survive even through the shield.
Now, here's the thing, though. If there's a trouble for the Mordekaiser, will his ultimate just be a waste? Will it just be a nice room for everyone else?
Mordekaiser's ultimate can never be a waste just because of the utility it has. Secluding a different champion, even if it is to kill yourself, is still useful at various points in the game. Whenever there's an objective around, getting that Rek'Sai away from the objective, denying smite is huge regardless of the composition.
Yep.
And then also possibly
Removing the Vladimir or the Lucian from the fight could be huge.
Yes,
Even if
he might be giving his own life, but if he saves the rest of his teammates and they get everyone else, it's totally worth
That
it.
is hashtag worth.
That is hashtag worth, indeed. Now, one more thing real quick. For the case of the Mordekaiser, is he going to be having a little bit trouble with Mr. Meaty as Darius? Because we get to see Mr. Meaty on Darius.
Darius is a very early top laner champion that most people who want to play top lane do start off with either Darius or Play Freaks very much loved Garen here. Usually
course,
one
a
of the
fan
two
favorite.
one of the two champions that most people start off playing if you want to play top lane
For Demacia.
for Demacia.
Okay, but Mordekaiser's to just get some early trades with Obliterate can be a safe lane, can also be aggressive on either side, as they both do have pullbacks. So it really depends on how Sakasu and Mr. Meaty do choose to play it. And depending on how Mord does choose to itemize, if he does, is he going to try to go aggressive, or is he just going to try to become a tank, trying to deny the Vladimir into the late game, or the Darius and the Lucian?
Now, for the case of scenario when it does come to the junglers, are we going to be favoring the Jarvan, or are we going to be favoring the Rek'Sai a little bit more?
I would still favor the Rek'Sai just from her mobility and just the amount of damage she can do in the early game. Rek'Sai is still an extremely strong pick in this
Now,
meta.
I'm just going to go ahead and cut you off real quick. Round 2 of Los Angeles Mission College. Los Angeles Mission College taking the first point.
Okay, but Jarvan, while Rex is still a little faster, Jarvan can possibly match the early game aggression with those level 2 ganks. He does lose in the jungle, as Pokemans has opted into the Hail of Blades build for his Rek'Sai. And then if Pokemans plays it correctly, he can also deny Jarvan's engages with his Unburrow to deny the knock-up from Jarvan. But here, another early invade coming in for the side of LAMC. It is spotted out by a ward.
I don't know if LMC will try to field himself going into an early game again. There is a Mordekaiser in play, but he's on the other side of the map. So if they want to go, they're spotted by a ward though. They're a ward in that little bush right there.
And just to clear a little bit of confusion, it is best of 3. Los Angeles Mission College has taken the first round.
Yeah, right now, just a small poke right now into Alpha Daddy. Just not too much to deal with, but it's just gonna deter them and get them away right now from the objective. No early game invade this time to get that early advantage into Alpha Daddy, and everyone's just gonna start off with the respective bucks.
It's interesting enough that we didn't see an early game. Well, I think from last time before I accidentally tapped out. Sorry about that again once more. Interesting enough. Do you think the reason why CSUN didn't go in was because they did secure a kill the first time?
It's definitely a big reason why they lost a lot of the early game. That first kill into Alpha Daddy was able to get him the advantage to survive through the early game. They did lose a lot through the mid game, but surviving through that early game is essentially what pretty much got them through to the late game, which got them to win.
I mean, along with that early kill, it was also the early double kill bot side for Alpha Daddy.
Yep.
He didn't have any extra damage. He just had extra mobility with those boots, but the double kill secured him every advantage in lane that he could ask for. And currently, it is kind of just a
coming
slow
in
map.
from Oswix. Alpha Daddy does get poked out by Seti and Oswix. It looks like
Double
I
two
will
gank.
dive in. We're going for a gank. The
Oh,
flash coming in
the
from
root
Alpha
though.
Daddy.
TP's coming down already. Mr. Meaty?
It can't be.
No,
Willie
Willie
Cookie
Cookie?
coming in.
You're Vlad.
I will
Level
dive in.
two.
Does get rid of Napoleon. He does come in with the flash. I will dive in. Does get a knight. Napoleon dropping to half HP. Oswix and Seti trying to get some poke damage on Napoleon. Napoleon dropping to quarter HP. Very low. Napoleon has to play it safe here.
That was not worth it.
Oh, yes. That was
That was
incredibly
not
not worth the
at
side of
all. You
LAMC.
were-
It's far too early to go for anything like that. Willie Cookie does not have the damage to be TPing into team fights as Vladimir.
No, you are level 2 Vladimir. You have a Doran's ring. You are in nothing essentially. You are about as useful as a level 2 KO.
And with that, Squidney has shoved in the wave a little bit. He will set up a little bit vision down in the bottom river. And the Summoners expended 3 on the side of LAMC, 2 flashes included and a teleport.
Yeah, this was
And only the heal and the Jarvan's flash. But Pokemon does go in mid.
He
Flash
does go in and
knockup.
flashes onto Squidney. Squidney does get knocked out by Pokemon. Pokemon does manage to get a knockup. Squidney flashes out of there. Flash for flash.
just a flash for flash. It was definitely worth this using your jungler's flash for the mid laner's flash. Is gonna make sure that Willie Cookie stays safer during this early game to try to slowly scale up to that scary Vladimir that we all know. But everything's just coming down right now. I do want to point out that Mr. Meaty is winning the matchup into Sakasu's Mordekaiser right now. He is pushing him on the turret. So we got you got that going, at least going for him. He did choose to start with
Pokemon
the
is coming down in the bot side.
Pokemon does
The
get a
tunnel,
knockup
the
out Seti.
knockup.
Seti comes in. Alpha Daddy coming in with a dash. Seti dropping to quarter HP, but it looks like no one will be able to kill Napoleon. Rooting Osrix. Osrix dropping super low. Alpha Daddy dropping low as well. The root coming in on Napoleon.
Coming
The
down.
TP as well. It's a double TP. Sakasu going in on Napoleon. And it
Mr.
looks
Meaty
like
following after.
Mr. Meaty coming in as well.
I guess just to kind of like both of them just use their TP here to try to keep their each respective bot laners alive, so none of them would die at the moment.
Fear tactics. Fear tactics.
Essentially, but I mean, Sakasu is gonna be here to try to defend the turret and try to keep Alpha Daddy from snowballing the lead. But Mr. Meaty will start heading back towards the lane. We'll give him a bit more priority overall to Sakasu Mordekaiser at the moment. Pokemon right now is just farming. Really not much you can do at the moment where everyone's out just crazy fighting all over the place. It's hard to find an opening.
A lot of summoners being burnt so early into the game. We will have to wait to see if they are going to be punished. But with that back, Alpha Daddy has bought 2 long swords. Probably going to try to be incredibly aggressive here in this early game. Only a Sapphire Crystal being bought by Seti's side, as the Senna will take a longer time to scale up. And currently, actually, Willie Cookie is winning in CS into the Orianna. He is 8 CS up. And then with that Hemoplague, he really just stays up through the poke from this Orianna.
Yeah, again, just gotta wait it out. Willow Cookie, just gotta wait it out. And your time will come where you'll be able to essentially obliterate their entirety. But Mr. Meaty just back to the top lane, just got shoved back in. He can easily push back, but when we're able to see, Sakasu was able to pick up some boots to try to like sidestep a lot of the, or to get some distance away from that Darius to try to dodge those nasty bleed stacks away from him.
It looks like it's a root from Mouser coming on Napoleon, but Napoleon tanks that like a Chad.
Yep, and just gotta keep push. Oh,
But Mr. Meaty does go in and fight on Sakasu. Sakasu does pull in Mr. Meaty. The pass coming in from Sakasu. Looking to going in once more on Squidney.
That's the Mordekaiser aggression we all know. He'll pull you in with that death grasp and get you that magic penetration going. Obliterate.
Looks like Napoleon going from the bush. He does get a secure root on Seti. Seti does drop the quarter HP. Seti just get a knight and will secure a kill on Alpha Daddy. Alpha Daddy dropping some HP damage on Osrix. Osrix dropping in super low. Seti popping in with the heals.
Yep, still with the heals from Seti Senna, can still keep Osrix alive long enough to keep him going. Still good, nothing to worry about too much at the moment. Still, though, you can see the heavy aggression coming from Alpha Daddy. Still looking for that kill.
X-Tech Flash coming in.
Going in
Dredge
with the flash, he's
lands.
gonna find on the turret. Osterix does get rooted, so does Napoleon. Napoleon dropping a quarter HP.
I don't think that was necessary. I don't think Alpha Daddy could have cleared the distance fast enough to kill, especially into the Swain. Not much worth going in right now. Oh, small
Squidgy
trade
and
right
Willy
now in
Cookie
mid
going
lane.
in.
But we do have that going for us. Willy Cookie doesn't use mana, so he can stay there a lot longer than Squidney there with that Vladimir there. Also with the Hemo Plague, he can heal himself from the poke. So
Another Dredge line under turret from Napoleon.
And it's
Being
a
a
root
little too
coming in
aggressive
from
here.
Seti. Seti does secure a root, and
taking a
Napoleon
lot of
does
damage.
take a lot of damage from that.
I don't think Napoleon can keep going after these aggressive plays. The way it keeps going with Seti's root, it gets very scary to go after those plays right there. They can just get rooted by the Swain, get rooted by the Senna. Just overall, it just seems like a dangerous pick. Dangerous going for Napoleon here.
Yeah, but with all this early game aggression, no kills have been locked in, but LAMC is winning every single lane CS-wise. They are pushing in every lane, or they're up 10 CS in mid lane, even more in top lane. Rek'Sai is currently farming, stronger than Jarvan is, and Alpha Daddy is up in CS along with Napoleon from the Shoulder Guard. So they are still managing to get a small gold lead with this CS advantage.
We just saw a big trade right now going in.
Mr. Meaty going in on Sakasu. The pass
There's
coming in
that
Sakasu.
throw. Here
The
it
down throw
comes.
coming in on Sakasu. Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty dropping his half HP. Sakasu as well. The bleed damage from Mr. Meaty. The flash going in. Mr. Meaty.
W
Sakasu dropping the quarter HP. Will the bleed secure the kill on Sakasu? Sakasu quarter HP as
the
well
bleed
once
now.
more. But it looks like it won't be able to kill him. The bleed doesn't do enough.
Yeah, man, that's what I was talking about. Darius's bleed right there. It can pretty much counteract all the shielding from the Mordekaiser. You gotta watch out for that. Once he gets those bleed stacks going and he lands all of them, and you see that big sign above the character, he lands that ultimate, it's gonna hurt so much damage. Fortunately for him, fortunately for Sakasu here, Mordekaiser is still very tanky, so he was able to survive through all that bleed damage, if just barely.
Yeah, but this resembles far more of a Mr. Meaty performance that we know, pushing in lane, up in CS, and currently up in health over that aggressive trade. No solo kill yet, but all his advantages are still going up.
His CS, he is winning in CS considerably at the moment right now. So he is looking to build Trinity Force as a starting build item, so he can start doing more damage. It's going to take a lot longer.
Pokemon's going in on the gank of Squidney. Pokemon does waste the flash on Squidney. Knockout coming in from Pokemon's channeling Willy Cookie. Trying to do some damage onto Squidney, but it looks like nothing comes out of it.
Yep, definitely worth right there. Huge, successful gank in a sense. We were able to burn the flash away from Squidney right there. So it's going to be extremely dangerous.
Pokemon's going onto Squidney. He just get caught up by Squidney. Pokemon's trying to get out. Squidney doing some great damage.
Sakasu is getting down. Okay, but he's able to be spotted by the ward, and he does use his control word to counterbalance that. Pokemon's also finds a ward in his jungle, going to clear that out, and just trying to like clear up some vision all over around the top lane. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Alpha Daddy and Napoleon are pushing heavily into turret.
They did, they just had a massive minion wave push under. That first turret plate is almost broken. And with the a Cloak of Agility, the crit is starting to come in for Alpha Daddy. It does appear he will be building Essence Reaver first. And that is the way. The knockup coming to Swain.
Going in on Osterix. Osterix does pass the stopwatch. Said he does pop ultimate. Alpha Daddy dropping quarter HP. Napoleon securing the first blood. No, but it looks never mind.
He gets
Osterix
turned around.
secures the first blood. Alpha Daddy just get rooted. 9-1-10 securing the second kill for the side of CSUN.
And CSUN turn it around on him. That stopwatch coming in huge for Osiris. He bides time, denies it. Said he does the damage, and then I Won't Die Beam shows up and finishes off the final kill. With this, they will take all the advantage going into the dragon.
Beautifully played from the side of CSUN.
The flash in.
Cookie going in.
Okay,
The
so
amazing
I don't know.
damage from Willy Cookie, but the ultimate coming in from v1.0. Willy Cookie secure kill on Squidny. Sandy dropping super low. Pokemon secure kill on Seti, and it looks like it's a double kill for Willy Cookie.
Oh my lord, Willy Cookie played that really well.
TV coming in. Osterix dropping super
God,
low.
Mordekaiser.
Sakasu coming in. Willy Cookie dropping a quarter HP, and it's a kill for Osrix. Napoleon slaying Osrix as well.
Okay. Sakasu's gonna die. He can't. He doesn't have enough.
Mr. Meaty slaying Sakasu.
Last person you really want to be ulting right there is Mr. Meaty's Darius. Those bleed stacks hurt a lot more than you could ever imagine. People always underestimate. Darius is dope. Don't at me.
Okay, but what we didn't notice when CSUN turned around that play down bot side, Willie Cookie had backed and came back into that fight around Drake with a Fiendish Codex and a Kidno Gem. And with that damage, he is able to do enough to get Pokemons to clean up and also do damage into the river, as they were already somewhat low from the original dive from Alpha Daddy and Napoleon. And with that, they turn it around on the Drake fight and they take the Drake for themselves.
And it's huge already. Getting 2 kills onto the Vladimir is already massive. He picked up Sorcery Shoes and Hexic Revolver, which is going to mean that extra magic penetration from those boots is going to...
The ultimate coming in from Napoleon, the knockup!
Double
Squidney, the
shockwave,
ultimate coming in from
flash.
Squidney, but Napoleon securing the kill.
And like I was saying, the magic penetration, Sorcery Boots, this Vladimir's going for an early game damage spike with those.
Don't forget the Dark Seals giving in the bonus AP as well, especially with the 4 stacks after those kills.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Well, the cookie, Alpha Daddy,
trouble.
and Alpha Daddy falling underneath turret to Osrix.
Yeah, Swain is very annoying to deal with. His poke is very... hurts a lot more than you think, and his roots are also very annoying. And a lot of combinations there with the Senna. But again, you gotta watch out for Willy Cookies. Vladimir here is slowly taking his time to, scale up right now. Taking 3 turret shots.
Yeah, took a turret shot for the fun.
I guess, but why not?
Okay, but either way, still, with these, now, with all those kills coming in, the CS advantage is still in LAMC's favor. The Manamune has been completed on Seti. He will begin to stack that. The Essence Reaper should not be that far off from Alpha Daddy, though. And then Willy Cookie should be somewhat near to his first completed item as well. Looking like it probably will be a Proto Bell as it comes in right there.
And yep, Proto Bell starting off for right now. Overall, just the CS is what always keeps LAMC in the fight. Just their overall being, despite the kills coming in sometimes for the favor of CSUN or whatever team they're playing against, the overall CSing from the laners and from LAMC is just so good. Like, they're able to stay in the game despite it, and they're able to find their way back in. So that's always been a problem with CSUN's time. They always get out CS, and it definitely shows, and it definitely hurts them hard overall. But overall, right now we do have a lot of vision in the bot side of the jungle river for the favor of LAMC right now. Just going to try to keep... right now, Pokemon still has the Herald. He's still holding on to it. Could still be looking to push it down mid. Could be pushing down bot to try to reset the lane over there for the favor of LAMC here. A lot of options here. I would definitely try to push it down mid to get this Vladimir going a lot faster. Just to try, get hard advantage right now, especially.
Okay, but currently the itemization is coming in. The Luden's Echo will almost be completed for Squidney. Mr. Meaty only requires the Sheen, and then he can basically get his Trinity Force done. It does appear Sakasu will be building towards the Leander's Torment with the items he has right now.
Napoleon does secure the root on coming in on the Osrix. Osrix securing the root on Napoleon. Napoleon dropping a quarter HP, but it looks like Alpha Daddy does get ulted by Ion Titan. Alpha Daddy dropping a quarter HP. Everyone dropping low, and it's a shutdown. Seti securing kill on Alpha Daddy. Pokemon's coming in once more, trying to secure something out of it. So he can secure kill on Ion Titan, but it's a double kill for Willy Cookie. Never mind, it's a double kill for Osrix as he gets a kill on Pokemon. Double kill for Willy Cookie.
Oh my lord, look at all that damage.
Willy Cookie doing some significant damage onto the Osrix.
And yep, that's Vladimir. Get your Executioners calling, Morella Nomicons, whatever you got. Yeah, you need to stop that now. His healing's too good, and with all that damage he's got from those early kills, he can just walk up to you and just do that essentially.
And that Hemoflake coming in huge, now having 8 stacks on his Dark Seal, almost up to the full 10.
And Willy Cookie flashes in!
Oh, and then the Sanguine Pool to back out, dodges all the turret shots. He's Willy Cookie. He's out here, and he needs you to know.
Look at the moves, look at the plays. Willy!
Then as a Proto Belt, well, he gets Sanguine Pool, he can go back in. Said he tries to run away.
Seti trying to run away for his life. The root coming in from Seti, but it looks like Seti will come out of this with his life.
Ooh, very slow, but he was able to get out, and right now it seems like they're just gonna hard break this turret right now and get this first turret blood gold onto Willy Cookie, into the Vladimir, into more insane damage, you gotta start itemizing for the Vladimir immediately.
Okay, but now with that itemization coming in, the Squidney does have the completed loot and Echo. The Essence Reaver is here for Alpha Daddy. And then Seti has picked up his Boots of Swiftness and a Serrated Dirk. With all those early kills, Osterix has completed his Zonia's Hourglass. Will allow him to stay alive against his Vladimir, as Willy Cookie looks like he's going to straight up build into a Rabadon set cap.
Yep, just gonna go for that extra hard early mid-game damage right now to try to burst him down even faster to force CSUN essentially to start itemizing for him, because you know you can't ignore a Vladimir. You just can't. He will destroy your team.
And then in that, the Trinity Force and the Rylai's Crystals have to come in for the top laners. Pokemon is blown up though by Osiris as the root lands.
Seti is securing the kill on Alpha Daddy.
That's the
Shelly's
Monomune.
just getting destroyed.
Yeah, this is not a good use of the Herald. I guess he just popped it out of the use that, you know, he was going to run out of the use for Shelly at the point.
Okay, so while we have highlighted Willy Cookie's play on this Vladimir, it is not the Alpha Daddy we are used to seeing.
But he's getting kind of popped all over around the places, and it's also what
Willy Cookie going in with the Protobell. Protobell coming in. Willy Cookie's dropping to half HP, but the
Zagman
ultimate coming in
Pool,
from
he's
I
in
Won't
the
Die in
Cataclysm,
Vain.
can't escape.
Willy Cookie securing a quarter HP, and he gets a kill. I Won't
Does
Die in
Osiris-
Vain, securing the kill on
Disgusting
Willy
damage
Cookie.
coming in from Willy Cookie, but not enough to get a kill down. He's locked in by Jarvan's Cataclysm, and he's unable to escape that.
Yep, amazing amounts of damage coming in from Willy Cookie, but there's no follow-up. Even if you are Vladimir, in some scenarios you are the one-man army most people fear, but again, you still don't have all of those items that you need to go, and it seems Mr. Meter right now is just playing games with Sakasu.
He's attempting to freeze the wave so that Sakasu isn't capable of pushing in under turret, and if he does go in on him, the turret aggro will go towards him. So Mr. Meat is just keeping these minions far away from the turret so that there's no shove coming in. It cost him a little bit of his life, but it's worth it to defend his objective.
Yeah, but right now, CSUN are going to be rotating towards the side of the bot. Drake does seem it's going to be a mountain, so it's going to be
Daddy
huge.
might get caught out again.
The calling comes out though.
But it's Tanaka coming in from Willy Cookie. Willy Cookie.
Oh,
Napoleon just get caught up by I Won't Die in Vain. I Won't Die in Vain trying to secure a Napoleon. And I Won't Die in Vain just melting Napoleon.
Yeah, unfortunately, not going to be enough there. Mr. Meaty tries to rotate down to try to save his support. Unfortunately, there's too much damage.
Willy Cookie going in once more with the Protobell.
The Hemo Plague is ready.
I don't know if Willy Cookie will think about going in right now. It is a very dangerous play right now. Just gonna kind of be a small fight right now. Just try to shove down with all of
Willy
their...
Cookie does get rooted. They're trying to go in. Squidney securing the root once more. It's a double root. Willy Cookie trying to get out of there with his life, and he drops a quarter HP. The Sanguine Pool saving him once more.
And then the Hemo Plague just heals him back up. You gotta really wait for that Sanguine Pool to come out for Willy Cookie, because he can just easily just pop that and just get away. Wait for that cooldown to come out, and Willy Cookie is essentially pretty easy to destroy at the point unless he has flash up. But at the moment, still just kind of stalling out during the lane. Willy Cookie's still just trying to like keep protecting the mid lane turret, get some farm in the way to try to get that death cap right now going, get that insane amount of damage as well.
Okay, and CSUN has moved towards the Herald, although LAMC is here to contest it if they decide to. CSUN just backs away from the objective, and they will both go away scot-free.
What we do have going for, at least for the favor of LAMC right now, is that no one has yet fully itemized.
Willy Cookie going in once more. Ostrich dropping a half HP.
Yeah, no one's fully itemized for this Vladimir yet. I just see Ninja Tabi sorcery shoes, swiftness, and sorcery shoes. I see one magic mantle right now for Ostrix, but nothing hard countering towards the Vladimir. And if things keep going this way, this Vladimir, especially now with that death cap completed, it can very easily probably destroy almost everyone in this game at the moment. Especially if everyone gets chunked out just enough, Alpha Daddy could clean up, or Willy Cookie himself could clean up.
Pokey going in with the ultimate. Ostrich does pop stop, but Root coming in from Seti. Seti trying to secure a kill on Pokemon. The ultimate coming in from Napoleon as he just got knocked out by Ostrich. Ostrich dropping it super low. The ultimate coming in from Alpha Daddy, but nothing's in range.
Yep. Zonia's Hourglass, everyone used all of their abilities onto Ostrich.
Willy Cookie going in once more, channeling the ultimate. Mr. Meaty taking the turret shot from top.
Yeah, just trying to hunt down the Mordekaiser right now on the turret.
Look,
Will the
Cookie flashing in as
I
he's
don't
going
think
in
this
to
is
secure the kill on
wise.
Steady and
Evil
Osrix.
Plague.
He's segment cool going in. Steady dropping a quarter HP. I will dive in, dropping a half HP. Osrix super low.
Well, I
I
don't
will
know
dive
what
in
to
once more, dropping a quarter HP.
Yep, and that disgusting damage of the Vladimir is what we were saying earlier. You can, and if you ignore it, you will pay the price for it. It is Vladimir.
Jumping in, landing the Hemo Plague gave Willy Cookie everything he needed in that team fight, the damage, the healing, and there was nothing CSUN could do to protect Steady from death.
The damage, Willy Osrix dropping, almost dying.
Yep.
Willy Cookie trying to secure the kill on Osrix, but unfortunately, Willy Cookie won't be able to do anything. Osrix, 20 HP, and coming out of that with his life.
That's Vladimir.
Willy Cookie dodging the shockwave barely with the Sanguine Pool. Otherwise, he would have been dead right there. But unfortunately, he does get out, and the Mountain Drake is spawning. LAMC will be pushing into it. As Willy Cookie is trying to guard. He dodges everything again with the Sanguine Pool, and CSUN can just stand here and watch.
Yeah, you can't ignore the Vladimir. You have to. You need to acknowledge him. Like, it's Vladimir. He does ridiculous amounts of damage.
I'm on Dive trying to go in for the Drake, and he does pop
stole the
ultimate,
Drake!
and he steals the Drake!
I want that man's on fire with stealing these Drakes.
And he comes out with his life.
Yep, uses flash and uses almost pretty much everything in his arsenal to get that Drake. It was definitely indeed worth, because you definitely want that armor and magic resistance with that Vladimir in play.
Also denying soul point, and CSUN really does want this Mountain Drake. It will help a lot against this Vladimir from Willy Cookie. If they are to obtain Mountain Soul, it would be really hard for Willy Cookie to pop anyone, even with the damage that he does have.
Yeah, he would have to build like Void Staff or something else that would give him that magic penetration. But right now, he does have a Fiendish Codex. More than likely going to be opting out for the Zhonya's Hourglass just for the extra survivability to keep this Vladimir going during team fights, which would be huge for him considering the amounts of disgusting damage he can output. And again, no one but Osrix has itemized for him. I think they can pop him faster than he can pop them, which is a hard misunderstanding of how Vladimir works.
Okay, well, with these itemizations, though, Seti is starting to do very good damage with that Dust Blade coming in. That Mountain is probably very close to being stacked.
Pokemon does get caught out. He's dropping a quarter HP, but he does tunnel out of there.
And he needed to, otherwise he would have been stuck by the shockwave, and that would have been a kill going over to the side of CSUN.
Yeah, fortunately that Rek'Sai, we're getting to that mid-game, and Rek'Sai becomes a lot less useful as time goes on. Well, that Jarvan getting tankier by the moment is definitely going to start becoming more and more useful. Being able to frontline and start engages with those Cataclysm and the Flagging Drags. It's going to be definitely a more useful jungler right now for the favorite CSUN. They got that going for them. And also with the Senna coming online, and the overall team play that you can get with the Orianna is really good.
Especially if Squid can time his shockwave correctly and get Willy Cookie stuck in that. They can CC layer him and blow him up before he does have a chance to go any further, but that's all on the timing of the Sanguine Pool.
Right now, it seems that overall for the itemization on the favor of LAMC, just an Essence Reaver for Alpha Daddy, which, you know, it does hurt a little bit. He's not.
Coming in with the part about Squinty, popping the hourglass to come out with her life. Channeling on once more. It's Willy Cookie just taking turret shots for the fun of it, but he is dropping the quarter HP, and it looks like he will Sanguine Pool and Squid and Willy Cookie secure the kill, and he pops the stopwatch to save himself in the ultimate.
Yup. And just the overall, just the good play from Willy Cookie, and while all of that's going on, it seems that they're gonna try to rush Baron right now, but Alpha Daddy only has an Essence Reaver. I don't think that, maybe they can rush it. No, yeah, they can. It's only Seti coming in right now. They do know that they are starting Baron. Pokemon's still very low. I don't think they can do it though. They don't. I think they have to give this up.
And they've only started taking some of it.
That is a hard force.
Sakasu's coming in. That's why Mr. Meaty does go in for the fight. The ultimate coming in on Alpha Daddy.
Oh, the culling though.
Sakasu with the bleed, he does heal a little bit. Mr. Meaty catching out Sakasu, the root coming in from Napoleon, and Napoleon securing the kill on Sakasu. Pokemon's dropping super low. I will dive in with the ultimate as he gets two in there. Napoleon dropping a half HP, and they flash out of there. Alpha Daddy almost dying. Napoleon as well, they're both split. They're going in for Napoleon, and they're going in for Alpha, and it's a double kill for the side of CSUN.
Yeah, that Jarvan with that Black Cleaver, he does do us, because Not a lot of damage, but still a considerable amount of damage. But thanks to that trying to rush that Baron there, which was very odd, it seems that they are going to give up Baron now, thanks to like all of them dying for trying to rush that weird plate over here.
That might not be so sure with the way Willikuki's items are right now, how fed he is. It will be all up to him to try to get into this Baron.
He's going in.
They realize
He's going in!
Oh my god!
Willikuki doing significant damage on Squidney. Squidney dropping a quarter HP.
Oh my god.
The Hourglass
He's
coming in once more for
disgusting.
Willikuki.
He can't.
Oxrix popping the stop box
It's
once
over.
more.
He's dead. He's dead. He doesn't live.
And Oxrix dies to Willikuki, securing a double kill for the Sun. Such as Mrs. College. Willikuki showing how much of a chat he is. Sakasu coming in once more.
Oh, the
Pokemon with the
flash.
knockup. Willikuki, and it's a knockup once more. Sakasu
it's
dropping a half
Pokemon's
HP.
enough.
I will
Pokemon's
dive in
enough.
as well.
Pokemon's
He's going to probably get caught up by Willikuki. Willikuki coming in once more, but it looks like nothing will be able to catch up.
So I say this earlier. You cannot ignore Vladimir. Do not ignore Vladimir, because then that happens.
They saw that
You must
LAMC
acknowledge his existence at one point or another, or he will destroy you.
They saw that LAMC was trying to rush down Baron with the 3 champions on their side. After Willikuki did get caught out down bot side, forcing that kill onto Squidney. But then afterwards, after they win that team fight, it's simply Pokemon's and Willikuki, but Willikuki's enough. They try to force Baron, they can't kill it fast enough. Willikuki shows up, pops his Hevoplex, Squidney just dies, and then the team fight goes all the way to LAMC.
But let's ignore Vladimir though, because you know, he can't pop us all with just like a Demon Plague or anything, right?
Okay, there is finally some magic resistance coming in. There is a Spirit Visage on Osiric's side. The TP coming in for LAMC.
Oh,
It's Willikuki coming in. He does get knocked out, but it's
Oh,
the
this is
pool.
gonna hurt.
The
This is
root
gonna
coming
hurt.
in
This is gonna hurt.
as well.
This is
The
gonna
ultimate coming in, and he
the
shuts
shutdown.
down
He's
the
dead,
ultimate
though.
coming in from Seti just to kill a kill on Willikuki. Pokemon's dropping a quarter HP, but the ultimate once more. Mr. Meaty
wait.
coming in on Sakasu.
Oh,
Sakasu saying
not enough.
Pokemon. Napoleon, and it's a double kill for Seti. Napoleon falls once more. Osirix with
Good.
another kill.
Good understanding from the side of CSUN that they are aware the Willikuki's coming in and they CC him to like Kingdom Come here and make sure he can't do anything whatsoever. And Sakasu, good play, uses his ultimate to deny Pokemon's the objective here. He can't hit Smite on the objective. He now gets the stat boost from the Rex side and can just easily just start doing crazy amounts of damage.
With that pressure, they do push down mid, and they will get probably this inner turret as the respawn timers are still too far off, and they won't be back in time to defend this. But I really just want to give all the credit in the world to Seti in that team fight. He has scaled up. He does have the fully stacked Manamune, the Dust Blade, and he has picked up an Executioner's Culling, itemizing to deny that Vladimir some of the healing. He had incredible positioning just in the back line, free firing on all of LAMC's side, and he perfectly timed the ultimate to hit Willikuki the moment he gets out of the Sangman pool, ending him and winning season the team fight.
Yeah.
Incredible play by Seti there.
Yeah, and again, at least I'm glad to know that Seti is aware of this Vladimir's existence and denies him. Is starting to deny him very slowly, but it seems that LMC are going to try to rush Baron. Alpha Daddy has picked up an Infinity Edge, so it is going to be a lot easier to try to, you know, burst down this Baron faster.
I don't think CSUN knows. I don't think CSUN knows.
Are they aware of this is happening? They're all ganging up in mid lane.
Sakasu's backing. Sakasu's backing. They don't know.
Yep, this would be a free Baron right here. Free Baron. Just a free Baron pick for the favor.
LAMC sneak Baron. CSUN just stand there and watch as they are unaware that this is all going down. With that, LAMC gain a huge advantage, and they will be pushing lanes. And Willikuki is free to push any lane he wants by himself, as no one can take him 1v1. So then the split push can be very real coming in right now.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's now looking a little bit more scarier now for CSUN with this Baron pick, giving all that extra favor to LAMC. Willikuki's Vladimir, like, it's just like, it's so scary at this point. He's building a Leandries as well from the looks of it. He is aware that, you know, they aren't building any magic resistance except for Osirix's Swain right here, and that's really not much to worry about. It seems like everyone from the side of CSUN is just really afraid of Alpha Daddy, who is 0-5 and has 2 items. Well, in reality, when you have a death cap,
Pokemon just get caught up on Osirix. Root coming in on Pokemon. Pokemon does unfortunately fall to Osirix. Never mind Squidney.
Squidney, Pokemon's just, you know, caught up there, unfortunately. And, okay, luckily they do send 2 people to fight Willikuki in the top lane right now.
Alpha Daddy going in on Osirix. Osirix just popped the ultimate on Alpha Daddy. Alpha Daddy just going, trying to dodge out of the roots. Mr. Meaty coming in once more. And it secures the kill on Squidney. And it's a double kill. It's a shutdown on Seti.
The resets from the ultimate of the Noxian Guillotine here.
It's a root knockout from Napoleon. Napoleon just managed to get the root on Osrix. Osrix 120. And it's a triple kill for Mr. Meaty!
Get dunked. Essentially just, you just got dunked. That's what Darius Blue gets those resets with the Noxian Guillotine.
Once more,
Wait,
Mr. Meaty does get
Mr.
caught off
Meaty's
the
gonna
pass.
get caught out the heels,
And it's a shutdown on Mr. Meaty, but it looks like the turret will fall. Napoleon does manage to get out of there with his life with the knockup. I want
that
dive in.
Napoleon to die as Sakasu is taking this free 1v1 versus this Nautilus.
The Nautilus
Run,
is cutting
boy.
him though.
Run, Nipple, run!
Sakasu
Where's
does
the
get
boss?
the kill. Those Nautilus stat buffs for Sakasu are insane.
Yep. Fortunately, while all that was going on, Willy Cookie just got the free turret right now.
And he does what? Flash coming in. Said he dropping a quarter HP. Willie secure another kill. The root coming in. The ultimate.
Not
Said he the
enough.
Willie Cookie. Also dropping a half health. And looks like it's a stopwatch. I want dive in once more.
Wait a minute.
Willie Cookie doing great damage, and I want dive in. The ultimate
Oh
as
my God,
well.
oh my God,
Willie
oh my
Cookie
God, oh
dropping
my
the
God.
Sandrin pool. He's getting out the
Yeah.
outplays, the outcoast, and unfortunately he does fall to Osrix.
But while everyone from the side of CSUN was trying to deal with Willy Cookie's Vladimir, everyone else is just pushing in the mid lane and just hard shoving, and the minions alone are just obliterating the inhibitor right now. It's just it's ridiculous how this Willy Cookie's just getting away with it. It's almost like they're not itemizing for him.
Okay, they only correct you there now. They have finally started to build some magic resist items with the Adaptive Helm and the Spectre's Cowl coming in for the top end jungle. So they have realized how much damage Willy Cookie is doing freely. Willy Cookie does pick up a Blasting Wand after all of that can potentially be built into the Void Staff,
Which will
to
just
deny any of that magic resist afterwards, as the 40% magic penetration will be coming in very strong.
Oh boy, that'll hurt so much. That'll hurt some souls right there if he gets that Void Staff going right there. Okay, Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Oh, playing a little dangerously right there. It is 2 Mountain Drakes right now for the favor of CSUN. That is a lot of magic resist and armor right now. So they're banking on that to try to keep them alive for a little longer for their favor. So it's going to be pretty huge for them. It seems going to be a showdown right now for this Drake right now. They definitely don't want LAMC to get this. They really don't want Vladimir to be more sustainable in a fight.
He is getting
Red
melted,
coming
though
in,
the dragon will die.
Red team, LAMC does
Red
secure
flag.
them. The ultimate coming in. Osrix does pop stopwatch once more. I want dive in kind of coming in with a knockup. Napoleon does secure the kill on Osrix. The ultimate coming in for Alpha Daddy. I want dive in dropping to super low HP. The resurrect from the Guardian Angel. Sakasu killing Pokemains in the fight. I want dive in dropping low. Dunkmaster, but it looks like a first kill for Alpha Daddy in this game.
Oh, finally gets a kill so we can fucking
Big shutdown after 3 items.
we can freaking get going right now. Alpha Daddy's definitely going to get huge at this point. He does have 3 item builds. It's going to be massive.
He said he is pushing, but LAMC will be hard shoving.
Wait, it's a
right
triple root.
It's going to definitely try to delay right now the inevitable of they are going to have to give up this turret right now. There's just no way they can defend it. Willy Cookie's just going in.
And he's just going in. He's just charging right through.
And that'll be an inhibitor right now for the favor of LAMC, and it's definitely going to be huge. They're going to be rotating into the top lane to pick up another inhibitor here as well, getting way more priority in their favor here. And that'll be 2 inhibitors for LAMC. It's going to be huge. CSUN are definitely going to start playing a lot more defensively, but Willy Cookie's going in. Osrix does have the Spirit Visage though. He can tank a lot of it.
Willy Cookie does pass out
Hourglass.
with Alpha Daddy securing another kill on Osrix.
on
Willy
the
Cookie once more.
shockwave.
Rooted. Willy Cookie double kill for Alpha Daddy, but it looks like Willy Cookie does fall. Said it's a triple kill for Alpha Daddy. Said he wants more, and it's a quadra kill. Will he get the pits alive on stage? Squinty jumping a quarter HP.
He won't give it to him.
Yeah,
He won't give it
he
to
won't
him.
give it to him. You can't let him get. You can't. The respect.
Napoleon?
Napoleon
you're
going in,
crazy.
but he
What's wrong
does
with
fall
you?
to
He tried to
Sakasu
go in.
somehow.
He tried to go in so he could get the roof for Alpha Daddy to settle the pentakill, and he loses his life freely. Mr. Meaty has no HP.
Oh
And
my lord.
for that, seeking that pentakill, they do fall back after that, taking a lot of damage.
Ooh, boy. And Alpha Daddy now picking up those 5 kills and that quadra. He's definitely going to start doing crazy amounts of damage. And with the itemization that is going on right now, it's definitely going to be scary to deal with. Because now you're going to have to watch out for the Vladimir's insane magic damage. And now you're going to have to watch out for that Lucian as well. Overall, it's just going to be extremely scary to deal with.
Okay, and Alpha Daddy has built up a mortal reminder after getting those 4 kills down bonsai, or down in near the Nexus.
Near the Nexus, essentially. So, it mostly is just going to be used to try to pop the Jarvan. And, I guess to try to pop, yeah, just essentially the Jarvan is the only one that's scared to deal with. But
And then there's a little more itemization coming in for the against the Vladimir as the Thornmail and the Spirit Visage are picked up to try to deny Willy Cookie from once again popping every single champion on season side. But LAMC do pick up this Baron once again uncontested.
yeah, just like the overall, they are aware of the vision. They know where they are. Unfortunately, CSUN don't seem to be fully aware. The Void Rush is
Pokemon
coming
coming in on Osrix. Osrix just get by himself.
He's gonna get caught out.
Pokemon's going in once more. The spike coming in. The flash coming in from Osrix. Mr. Meaty hauling all the way to Osrix. Osrix just popped the ultimate.
Double
Pokemon
shockwave.
does get and steady securing the kill on Pokemon. Mr. Root coming in on Mr. Meaty. Mr. Meaty dropping a half HP. I won't die in vain coming in as well. Aphrodite securing the kill on won't die in vain. The ultimate coming in from Aphrodite coming in once more. And it's a double kill for Aphrodite once again. And again, triple. And it's a triple for Alpha.
Yeah, Sakasu, this is not a fight you win. This is not a fight you win. This is not a fight you win. You don't beat it, Vladimir. You don't beat Vladimir. It just doesn't work.
And
it just
this
doesn't
should
work.
be game in LAMC's favor.
Yep. And
And the flash in, getting blown up.
Oh, he wants
They
it this
try
time,
to
though.
go, and Squidney gets out with his life, but the Nexus is broken, and the LAMC take this series.
Witness Vladimir.
Los Angeles Missions College taking the win 2-0 on against CSUN. Gentlemen, what did you guys have to say about that?
Witness Vladimir. Witness him. Pay attention.
They did start building against Vladimir incredibly late,
Which was
which is far too late because Willy Cookie was incredibly fed, and that 4-item Vladimir takes every single person on that team and kills all of them.
Yep.
Well, it looks like that will be the end of this game. Los Angeles Missions College taking the first win of today. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Ampliflied is proudly partnered with Gam Diaz, Gaming Art in Motion. iBuy Power, superior performance, reliability, cutting-edge technology, and timely production make iBuy Power the authority in PC gaming.